Taehyung was sitting at his desk reading something when Jimin comes there. Jimin, come quickly with me. Taehyung, what happened? Jimin, she is fighting with the boys from section B. Hearing this, Taehyung runs out of the classroom and Jimin chases him. When? How dare you pour juice on me? You were hitting a boy. When? Releases Daniel's neck. When? I won't leave him. He poured juice on me and even called me Soti. You pulled Daniel's hair harder. Daniel seems to groan in pain. Daniel, when? Leave me. When? Then you were calling me Soti. What happened now? One of Daniel's friends raises his hand to hit you. Then everyone hears a deep and cold voice. Hearing this sound, the boy who raised his hand to hit you pulls his hand back. What's going on here? Cold voice. All the students start looking in the direction from where the sound came. When Tae, you closes your eyes and releases the boy's neck. Taehyung goes and stands in front of you. You came to the canteen to get juice, right? Cold tone. When first he poured juice on me and he called me Soti, so I hit him. Taehyung, you go to class right now. You walks away without looking at Taehyung. Taehyung punched the guy who raised his hand to hit you. Taehyung, you guys should not be seen anywhere in near her from now on. Saying this, he leaps from there. When Tae, it was not my fault. He was the one who bothered me in the first place. Taehyung still ignores you and continues reading his book. Taehyung is your childhood best friend. When Tae, sorry, I really won't fight anyone from now on. You makes your face look innocent. Jimin, you have spoken many times but you fight again and again. Hearing this, you stares at Jimin. When you can't close your mouth, Jimin, and you can't stop beating everyone, Jungkook, you two stop arguing. When Jimin always argues with me, I don't. Jungkook, no one will say anything to anyone right now. He places his finger on your lips and says, Taehyung, who was reading his book without paying any attention to them, he glared at Jungkook. When Jungkook feels someone's eyes staring at him, he looks towards Taehyung. Seeing Taehyung's staring eyes, he immediately removed his finger from your lips. Jungkook mind, oh no, how did I forget that jealous Taehyung is here too? When Aunt, where is Taehyung? Mrs. Kim, studying in his room. When thank you Aunt, saying this you walks into Taehyung's bedroom. You slowly opens Taehyung's bedroom door and peeks into the bedroom. You see Taehyung sitting at the studying table and studying. Taehyung, why did you come to my bedroom? When? How does he know I'm here? Whisper. Taehyung, why did you come? When? I can't solve this math. Will you help me to solve this math? Saying this, you took a chair and sat next to him. Taehyung looks at you because you sat down next to him with your notebook without his permission. When it's not getting resolved, you say, giving him your notebook. Taehyung takes your notebook and starts explaining math to you. Taehyung, did you understand? You don't say anything, so Taehyung looks at you and just stares. Because you fell asleep with your head on the table. Taehyung, stupid girl, falls asleep within 5 minutes. Taehyung and you have been best friends since childhood, and both of you are also neighbors. Taehyung has been in love with you since childhood, but till date he has not told you anything about his feelings. He is very possessive towards you. You wakes up and sits on the bed. When Tai, why are you sleeping in my room? Taehyung wakes up when he hears your voice. Taehyung, this is my room and you slept on my bed, so I had to sleep on the couch. When did I sleep in your room yesterday? Taehyung, you sleep on my bed every day, so I have to sleep on the couch. He says irritably because you always came to ask him something and slept in his room, which caused Taehyung to always sleep on the couch. When are you chasing me out of your room? I will tell auntie you have forbidden me from coming home. Taehyung, when did I stop you from coming home? You leave the room without listening to Taehyung, and Taehyung follows you. Mrs. Kim, Taehyung, you forbade Wyan from coming home. Taehyung, no mom, Wyan is lying. Wyan, aunt, do you think I am lying? Mrs. Kim, Taehyung, say sorry to Wyan. Tae, sorry. Jungkook, Taehyung, Wyan has called you to the rooftop. Taehyung, what's he doing on the rooftop? Jungkook, I don't know. She asked me to send you there. Taehyung walks away from classroom. You come to class 2 minutes after Taehyung leaves class. Jungkook, you should be on the rooftop. So what are you doing here? When? Why do you have to be on the rooftop? Jungkook, you told me to send Taehyung to the rooftop. When? Yes. Jungkook, you are here, so why did you ask me to send Taehyung to the rooftop? When Lily wanted to propose to Taehyung, so she asked me to send Taehyung to the rooftop. So I told you to send Taehyung to the rooftop. Jungkook, you know Taehyung does not like all this, so why do you ship him to the girls every time? When? Because I want him to have a girlfriend. Jimin, and what benefit will you get from being his girlfriend? When if he get a girlfriend, he will busy with her and then he won't ask me to study. Jimin, you are so stupid, whisper. Tang, she is not here, so why did she ask me to come here? Lily, I told her to send you here. Tang, who are you? Lily, I'm Lily, section B topper. Tang, what business do you have with me? Cold tone. Lily, actually I like you. Will you be my boyfriend? Tang, no, I'm not interested. He said this and left. You were drying your hair when Tang comes into your room. When? Tai, what are you doing here? As soon as you could say that, Tang pinned you to the wall and started. Tang, you can be my girlfriend if you want, but don't try to make any other girl my girlfriend. Saying this, he walks out of the room. When? Jungkook, you go sit on my chair. I want to sit on your chair. Jungkook looks at Taehyung, who was busy reading his book. Jungkook mind, has there been any fight between the two? When? Jungkook, what are you thinking? Jungkook, nothing. You sit on my chair, I sit on your chair. When? Thank you. Taehyung was reading his book, but his eyes were on your actions. Jungkook, what happened between you two that she sat with Jimin and not with you? Jungkook, it means you told her about your feelings. Mrs. Lee, when you take this dinner and give it to Taehyung. When is not there food at his house? Mrs. Lee, what kind of thing are you talking about? Scold. When? Sorry, mom. Mrs. Lee, go now and yes, come only after he has eaten. His parents are out of town, so he might be feeling lonely. When it's your dinner, you put the dinner on the table and starts leaving. Then Taehyung grabs your hand. When Tae let go of my hand. Instead of letting go of your hand, Taehyung grabbed your waist and pulled you closer to him. When Tae, leave me. Taehyung, When, listen to me. If you don't love me, then it's okay, but please don't ignore me. When Tae, leave me. I have to go home. Hearing this, Taehyung leaves you. You went away from there. Taehyung gets sad seeing you leaving. Taehyung's football match was going on. Taehyung's team wins. Then a girl comes and gives him water and starts talking to him. Taehyung also talks to her with a smile. Seeing all this, you start getting irritated. Jimin, looks like what you wanted will happen in a few days. When? What do you mean? Jimin, looks like Taehyung has liked this girl. That's why he is talking to her. Otherwise, have you ever seen him talking to any girl? When talking to someone does not mean you like her. Jimin, but Taehyung does not talk to any girls. If he is talk to a girl, it means he likes her. Saying this, he leaves from there. Seeing Taehyung talking to that girl, you get irritated and walk away from there. A few days pass, but Taehyung does not try to talk to you, so you feel bad. Plus, he was talking to all the girls, which was making you jealous. Jungkook, where did you go? When? Went to the library. Jungkook, I had to give you some good news. When? Tell me then. Jungkook, Taehyung has gone to the rooftop to propose to a girl. Hearing this, you walked out of the class. You come to the rooftop and try to hit Taehyung. Then Taehyung grabs you and pulls you towards him. When, you idiot, you said you loved me, then how can you propose to someone else? Angry. Taehyung, you think I like seeing someone else beside you? He whispered in your ear. Taehyung, stop sleeping and solve the math quickly. When, now I'm your girlfriend. Still you are asking me to study. Pout. Taehyung, if you don't study, you won't get admission in university. When, I'm not interested in going to university. Hearing this, Taehyung stares at you. When, sorry, you start studying. When you wake up, you see Taehyung sleeping on the couch. When, did I sleep in Taehyung's room again last night? You were scratching your hair while speaking. Just then Taehyung's mothers come into the room. Mrs. Kim, when you woke up? When, yes aunt, you were feeling a little embarrassed. Mrs. Kim, you wake up Taehyung and you two come down for breakfast. Saying this, she leaves from there. After Mrs. Kim leaves, you close the door. Taehyung wakes up to the sound of the door closing. Taehyung, why are you closing the door so loudly? You glare at Taehyung angrily. Taehyung, why are you staring at me like that now? When? Why did not you close the door? Taehyung, I forgot to lock the door, but why are you so angry? When aunt came into the room and saw me sleeping on your bed, said, Taehyung, are you talking like she's never seen you sleeping in my bed before? When earlier you were my best friend, then I used to sleep in your room, then there was no problem. But now I am not your best friend. Taehyung, if you are not my best friend, then who are you to me? When I am your, you feel so shy, can't say anything. Taehyung, tell me, who are you to me? He speaks while coming closer to you. You get nervous seeing Taehyung so closer to you. When Taehyung, he was very close to you. When aunt is calling me, saying this, you pushed Taehyung away and walked out of the room. Jungkook, what happened to you? Why are you so sad? When? Because of Taehyung. Pout. Jungkook, now what did he do that you are so sad? When everyone's boyfriend loves his girlfriend so much but he always tells me to study. You speak in a complaining tone. Jimin, he tells you to study because you are so stupid and he wants you to be a little smarter like him. He was joking with you, but you did not understand his joke. When, what do you mean? I'm stupid, angry. Jimin, yes. After this, both of you started arguing. Jungkook tries hard to stop you both, but you both were not listening to him. Taehyung, what's happening here? You both become silent when you hear Taehyung's voice. One, it's not my fault this time, it's all Jimin's fault. He fought with me first. Jimin, I did not fight you. You were the one who fought me. Taehyung, just shut up both of you. Taehyung, when I want to talk to you about something. When, but I don't want to talk to you. You were angry at Taehyung because he scolded you for fighting with Jimin. In fact, he scolded both of you, but you felt that Taehyung was just scolding you, which made you angry at him and start ignoring him. Taehyung, when it's very important, you turn your face away. Mrs. Kim, have all the preparation been done for your going abroad? Taehyung, yes mom. When, who is going abroad? Came closer to both of you and said, Mrs. Kim, Taehyung is going abroad for 4 years for higher studies. When? What? Mrs. Kim, yes. When? You did not tell me you were going to abroad? Mrs. Kim, Taehyung, you did not tell Wan that you were going to abroad? Taehyung does not say anything. Mrs. Kim, Taehyung, Wan is your childhood friend. You had to tell her that you are going to abroad. Scold. Wan, aunt, you don't have to scold Taehyung for me. Saying this, you went away from them. Mrs. Kim, I think she is angry with you. You were crying in your room when Taehyung comes into your room. Taehyung, what happened? Why are you crying? He sits you on his lap and asks. When I'm not as smart as you, that's why you are leaving me and going abroad. You were sobbing. Taehyung, it's not like that. When, then why are you leaving me and going abroad? Taehyung, first of all, you don't cry. Taehyung crashed your hair. After some time, When, please don't go. You were sitting hugging Taehyung. Taehyung, if it was not necessary for me to go, I would not never have left you and gone abroad. When, please, Taehyung, try to understand. You were eagerly waiting for someone at the airport. When mind, what does that plane land? After 10 minutes, your eye fell on Taehyung who was coming towards you. You ran and hugged him. Taehyung hugged you tightly too. When, I missed you. Taehyung, I miss you too. Taehyung had tears in his eyes because you cried a lot when he was going abroad. Seeing you crying, he did not feel like to going abroad, but he had to make his career for you, due to which he had to leave you and go abroad. And he was seeing you after 4 years. Because of this, he became very emotional. Taehyung, will you marry me? He proposes to you on his knees. When, yes, you became very emotional. As soon as Taehyung hears your yes, he puts the ring on your finger. Everyone was cheering for you.